Good morning, Miss Bell. How are you? I came just a tad early this morning. Um, I had a problem setting up. I was playing around with StreamYard and I have no clue what I'm doing. And for some reason, when I set up this live yesterday, it grabbed. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much. You are you're my first. I really do appreciate it. Good morning, Arthur. How are you this morning? But anyways, when I set up my live for yesterday, um, it grabbed a hold of StreamYard and I didn't want to use it because I'm still not familiar with it. So I had to delete my live this morning and reset everything up real quick. Yeah, well, it is a dreary day and I appreciate you cheering me up, but I've had a really good weekend and I'm going to be really busy today. So, but yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, you got a really huge smile out of me this morning. Oh, goodness. So this is my third live. So I still not real sure what I'm doing. I got I think I have the YouTube studio live down pat. That's pretty easy. But I'm wanting to add StreamYard. I have Streamlabs that I've been using, but I use that to record when I'm playing videos. When I'm playing my video game, I would use that to record my gameplay. But StreamYard is more geared towards vloggers, I guess. So you could have people up on your channel and stuff like that. My chickens are doing really well. We had to, we've been having problems with one of our roosters, and that was Junior. He was really aggressive with the hens, and he was chasing the hens out of the compound, the little fenced area that I have set up for them. So Junior is now in the kitchen in a cooler, and tonight I'm going to put him in my Instapot and I'm going to cook him down and we're going to have a chicken dinner tomorrow night. It's featuring Junior. Yeah, I like YouTube. Like I said, when I didn't realize I was playing around with StreamYard, and when I set up the live, it caught StreamYard as the streaming. What did it say? It's streaming something, but anyway, yeah, I'm not real confident with it yet. I'll get there, but not yet. It'll probably take me a few tries, but once I get it down pat, I'm usually pretty good. But no, poor Junior. No, Junior was a bad rooster. He really was. I'm having a problem with my hens getting out, and he was chasing them around, and they were hopping out to get away from him. So he was causing more problems. I just planted beets in one of my raised beds, and I didn't cover it up because I wasn't having problems with my chickens getting out. And I went out there 2 days ago, and the hens that had gotten out just tore up where I had just planted my beets. So yeah, I gotta get the hens back in and hopefully they'll stay. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning. How are you today? Yeah, but yeah, Junior's gonna be dinner tomorrow night. We thought about putting him in the freezer, but I do not have any more freezer space. My freezer downstairs is full, and we've been pulling stuff and using food from our freezer because it's like you collect all this food and then it gets stuck in the back and you forget about it. So we are trying really hard to do the pantry challenges, and I've got my son doing it too, but he'll go into the freezer and find something before and decide on a meal before we go run to the store and buy stuff. It's usually just buying things we need to finish off the meal. I am doing well today. It is rainy. It's been cloudy all weekend, but we've been lucky. It didn't rain Friday, so I got some stuff done. Saturday, I was able to get some stuff done, and then it started raining Saturday evening. Yesterday, we were probably in most of the day, but I was able to get my animals all taken care of without getting wet up until it was time to put everybody away last night. Yeah, last night, I'm sitting here. It's not quite time to put the chickens away, but it got really dark really fast. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? There was a storm coming. Well, we've been having, little spits of rain all day long, but this was a nastier little front of storm that was coming through. So I ran out there real quick. I got my one coop, my chickens, one chicken. It's always that one chicken that doesn't want to go in. And she finally got in, and just I couldn't even get to my truck, and it started pouring. So I hopped in, came back home, and I didn't have my raincoat on because it wasn't raining when I went out there. So I ran into the house real quick, got my raincoat, and then went back outside and put everybody away. It looked like everybody went in. I had two hens that were standing outside the fence waiting for me. Poor things, they were saturated, but they all got into the fence, or they all got into the coop last night, so everybody's fine. Yeah, it's all south of us right now, but it should be moving through pretty soon, and it's really cloudy out there. I haven't let any of my animals out yet. I figured I wait till after my live, and then I'll go out and let them all out because it's just yucky out there. Figured I'd let it dry up just a little bit. Good morning. It's like living my best life at 60. Good morning. Yeah, no, it's amazing. Chickens, usually the water will slide off of them, but yeah, if it's a hard rain, they will get wet. But my chickens are pretty hardy. These were two of my younger birds, and so they weren't too bad. And I got them in the coop, and they were fine. But yeah, I pulled up Jewel at was it J7409? Yeah, I wrote it down. J7409. I had everything set up on my computer, and then my live wouldn't go. So I had to delete everything, bring everything back up. But thankfully I wrote everything down. But I was watching Jewel this morning, and she was talking about all the weather, some hail, probably when it gets past us and heads towards further closer to the East Coast. There's supposed to be even worse weather, so I'm happy with just the little bit of rain that we'll probably get today. Yeah, so today I am not having a very busy day. I'm going to be driving my uncle-in-law. He's got a doctor's appointment today. I thought I was going to miss my live because the appointment was at 11:45. And then they called me back and said, no, it was 1:45. So about noon today, me and my mother-in-law are gonna hop into her car and drive to Bessemer and take her brother to the doctor. So we'll be busy this afternoon. And then tomorrow, hopefully the sun's gonna come out and I'll get a lot of work done. I'm hoping to we started cleaning the garden Saturday. My son got out there in the garden across the street, our big garden, and he started pulling everything up because I've still got the weed barrier down, and he said it's sopping wet out there. And yeah, there's the rain. I knew it was coming. I don't know if you can hear it through my microphone. I think you can because I can hear it in my headset. But yeah, there's the rain. Good morning, Mayhem. Welcome. Good morning. But yeah, my son got out there Saturday morning, and he's like, I'm not going out there. He's like, it's really muddy. But he did start getting some of our fences up. They've been sitting out there all season. Stuff we should have done a long time ago, but we haven't. And yeah, you guys watch that, my wisteria? That whole side yard over here, this whole side yard, it is, I've got some little trees that are growing up, and the rest of it is wisteria. I've got two oak trees on my side, and then I think there's a couple of oak trees on my neighbor's side, and then there's a fallen pine tree. and it's just a mess over there. When the tractor was working, I took the bush hog and I was going back there and I was pushing a lot of the stuff down and cutting it down. But I had a problem with it. I hit a rock, so it knocked it off, or it knocked it askew. It took it off balance, and then I wasn't able to use it. But I guess the guys got it fixed, and they were using it on the big fields. But yeah, I couldn't believe how many big rocks I found over there. I think at one time it was a nice little garden space, but I do find a lot of rocks and stuff over there. But yeah, so I did get it cleaned up pretty good, but the rest of it I'm gonna have to do by hand. I'm afraid to put the tractor in there again if we ever get the tractor running. I think Rudy's in the other bedroom, but Blue's here. That's her tail in the window. I think she's watching the rain. But Rudy was in here earlier, but I don't know where he's at. My son took the whole weekend off. It was my grandson's birthday this weekend, so he took off this weekend and was trying to get a lot of stuff done. I have plenty. I have plenty of pets. Right now, we have the 3 house cats and just the 1 dog. But yeah, outside I've got a small menagerie, and it's so funny. I am on, oh my goodness, of course, on Facebook. There is this group. I have a friend that lives in Coleman, and she sent me a message. She goes, "You've got to join this site." So it's Alabama Homesteaders on Facebook. So I got on there, and there was a lady in there, and I guess she breeds chickens for specific colored eggs. Let's see if I can find it. But she was like, anybody that's interested, and she's supposed to be right here in the Tuscaloosa area, which is what she says. Yeah, here it is. But she actually, I think she lives in Fayette, which is north of me, a little northwest of me. But she is giving away chickens. So I sent her a message and I'm like, I'm interested. I'll come right now. So, but we're still waiting to hear from her if she's going to give away those chickens. But I'm I would love to have some free chickens. Not that I don't already have enough. I probably got too many. And I just put 24 eggs in my incubator, but these are all from the Rhode Island Reds. I only have 4 hens left over there, and I've got 3 over here that are 14 weeks old that I'm going to be moving over. So that'll give me 7 hens. And yeah, chicken math. Chicken math. You can't have enough chickens. But I'll have 7 Rhode Island Red females, hens, and then the 1 rooster. And but this lady, she she has a whole list of birds. But what I am specifically interested in are the black copper morans and the astrolorps. My daughter-in-law, she wanted some astrolorps, so that's what I've got my fingers crossed that when she finally gets back to us, because she said she was doing an inventory, that maybe that I can load up one of my cages and drive to wherever she is and Fayette and grab a couple of astrolorps and some copper morans. I'd love to have some nice dark eggs to add to my mix. But yeah, but the bad thing about this Alabama homesteaders on Facebook is people are, oh my goodness, when I flipped it up yesterday and I was looking at it, there was goats and there's a milk cow that's been bred and pigs, and not that I'm ready for that. We're definitely not ready for any of that. But uh, one of these days we're gonna have pigs. I think that's the next thing on our list is pigs. I like the Brahmas. Those are nice big birds. But I have my Rhode Island Reds established, and then the black sex links are pretty much well established here. And I've got some pretty good size hens, and I've got one that's laying a double yolk, which, I mean, it really is too big of an egg. But I had a Rhode Island Red that was laying double yolks, and I think the coyote got her. And then now I've got one over here that's laying double yolks. So I just got to figure out who it is. And but she just these huge eggs. My daughter-in-law, she was cooking her breakfast the other morning. She thought she pulled out one of the eggs that was a double yolker. She said, "Nope, it wasn't. It was just a really huge egg." So, yeah, they're just a really nice big eggs. My youngest ones, my youngest hens are laying, and yeah, of course you can always tell because they're the smaller eggs. But we've been doing really good with them. I get I have 10 hens over here laying, and I usually get at least 8. And 2 of my girls over here on the other side of the road, my Rhode Island Reds, 2 of them are older, but I still get at least 2 to 3 eggs a day out of the 4 hens. So we are eating a lot of eggs. Oh, Jamie, I want turkeys. I was watching Christy at Paragon Ridge, and she did a video on those Beltsville turkeys that are a smaller turkey, and I was impressed with them. They're a smaller turkey, but I would love, if I was going to do a turkey, I would love to do that or one of those smaller breeds of turkeys. And then there's always turkey eggs. What's the big difference between a turkey egg and a chicken egg? I mean, is there really that big of a difference? Does a turkey egg have like a richer yolk or a different flavor? That's always interesting. It's huge. Okay. But yeah, I think right now it's like I've got my chickens, I've got my bunnies. Um, we're not quite ready for pigs yet. We've got a lot of fencing and stuff that we have to do. And it seems like when we start doing stuff like that, the garden, it's time to start gardening today. Um, it's time to start getting the garden cleaned up so that we could start gardening. Cool, that'd be great. I'd love to see that. But yeah, like I said, it was my grandson's birthday this weekend. So my son did a lot, but yesterday was his birthday. Super Bowl Sunday was my grandson's birthday. So we just let him pretty much do whatever he wanted, which was play on his Xbox. But he's a really good kid. But we made him a birthday dinner and had cake. And this oh my gosh, my grandson, he has the only way to say it is that he has very expensive taste. He loves lobster and shrimp, and I had some steaks in the freezer, and then we just went and got a couple of more to add to what we had, and baked potatoes, and we just had this huge meal. My mother-in-law came over, and we have so much food left over from the meal that we had last night that we're going to have leftovers tonight. But yeah, we ate really well. I still haven't broken my fast. I don't plan to. I am not hungry. I am still from full from dinner last night. Yeah, I need to start working on my flower beds too. I've got 4 that I haven't put together, but I got 2 in the backyard. The galvanized raised beds, and I'm going to bring those up front. I was going to put them in the backyard, but there's too much shade back there. So I'm going to bring them up front and try to find a nice sunny place for them in my yard. And I'm growing flowers this year. I usually have such a horrible time getting flowers to grow. The zinnias I usually have pretty good luck with. I was able to grow some sunflowers last year, but I really didn't have too much more than just that. And turkeys in the garden area fertilizing. Yeah, my chickens are in my garden area fertilizing. Yeah, I love my raised beds. They just make it so much easier. Like I said, when it gets cold, I can cover them. If the chickens are getting into them, I use that black garden fencing that I have to try to keep them covered to keep them out. So I feel like I have more control over what happens in my raised beds, and I can protect them better. Otherwise, you know, the deer are in them. The We had rats in them. Ground Did I say groundhogs already? One year we had a real problem with groundhogs. We set up traps and we caught a couple of them and removed them from the property. I know in the past years they had problems with the raccoons in the watermelons. Um, my Uncle George, he'll tell you stories. It's like, oh yeah, we get those watermelons out there, and those raccoons will get there, and as soon as those watermelons are ripe, the raccoons will go out there and punch holes in them. But usually, when the watermelons start getting ripe, we find teeth marks in the sides of them. So we're not sure if it's groundhogs or what it is. But yeah, we try to keep the critters away from our watermelons. Good morning, Brian. Welcome in. Yeah, I love being able to use leftovers for a different meal. I mean, it's easy just to pull out and eat the same thing you had the night before, but I think my son's going to take the leftover steak that we had, and he's going to cut it up, and I think he's going to get some egg noodles and make something like that. So, good morning, Christy. Good morning and welcome. It's so good to see everybody here. And I'm so glad you guys are here with me this morning. But here's a story. You were asking about Rudy earlier. I was sitting here Saturday and I was probably watching videos and answering comments. Um, it was after I had already let all my chickens out and fed the rabbits and everything, and I was sitting in here. It was probably 10:30. I have the front door open and my storm door is closed. And I usually put the lock on it. But for some reason, Andrea had been in and out and she didn't lock the door. So the mailman came up to drop off a box for Vincent. And Rudy hit that door and came right outside. And all I heard was the mailman yelling. So I hop up and I run to the door real quick. And poor Rudy, he's just sitting there and he's looking at the mailman and his ears are back. And the mailman yelled at him and didn't know what to do. So he just sat there and cowered. And it's like I opened the door and he just ran right back inside. Well, this is my third live, Brian. I've not. This is my third one. I'm working on it. Hopefully, you guys find it entertaining. I mean, I've never thought of myself as entertaining, but I try to write down a few things that I think are interesting and try to talk about them. But yeah, I know Rudy's fine. The mailman's fine. Everybody's happy. We apologized. But poor Rudy, he was upset all day long about that. Thank you, Jamie. I really do appreciate that. I do. Well, good morning, Gray. Welcome. Again, I'm so happy to see everybody here, and I'm glad you're here with me for my third live. Yeah, poor Rudy. He might be on the couch. I don't know where he is today. But my son let him out this morning, so He's probably napping. It's nice to have my son here because then I don't have to worry about him too much. Otherwise, he's in here like, let's go, let's go. We got to go for our run. Um, my hydroponic tomatoes are doing really well. Like I said, traffic. I've got to go to Bessemer today to drive. I'm the chauffeur today, and we won't be back till probably about 4 o'clock. And so once I'm done with the live, I'm gonna take care of all my animals. I will not let my chickens across the street out. It's so weird that if I let my chickens out across the street, my Rhode Island Reds out, and we leave, it's almost like the predators know that we aren't there. And if nobody's home, that's usually when I lose chickens. So they'll stay in their coop today. I'll let them out tomorrow. Yeah, Rudy's sleeping somewhere. It's so dreary here. It stopped raining. It rained, I think it rained about 10 minutes ago. I could hear it, but it stopped. And we're expecting more when it's barely 10 o'clock. Yeah, right now it looks like it's scattered. Yeah, the radar's got clouds running through, but it looks like it's scattered showers now. Yeah, I'm hoping that when we leave at noon that the rain will be done, but I doubt it. It says it's 100% at 10 a.m. and then 70% at noon, but I'm driving, so it's no big deal. My mother-in-law, Eleanor, she won't drive anywhere in the rain, so I get to drive. Yeah, it says light rain right now. But yeah, I probably won't get a whole lot done tomorrow. The sun's supposed to come out. I do want to grab those pruners in the morning and get some more pruning done. I love those DeWalt pruners. They are just the best. And I did get out. I think I said earlier, I did get out into my yard and chop down some of that wisteria. And but I got distracted doing something else, so I never did break out the pruners. But I want to get those pruners out tomorrow and chop down some more trees. They came in really, really handy.